This daily market update has been brought to you by Daily Wealth Report. Trading involves risk of loss and may not be suitable for you. Past performance is no guarantee or reliable indication of future results. All advice and education content is of the nature of general information only and must not in any way be construed or relied upon as legal, financial, or personal advice. Good morning, traders and investors. It's Wednesday the 13th of June, and this is the daily market update brought to you by the Daily Wealth Report. And we've had green screens across the board waking up this morning with investors finding some relief in Europe and that translating into the US markets. We're taking a look at the FTSE 100 in front of us here. That was up 41 points, closing at 54.73. And we can see that it's trading back above its 20-period moving average, the red line there, showing a little bit of buyer momentum over the last recent 2 weeks. The German DAX was also up. It had traded down just an hour or so before the closing bell, but the buyers had come back to the markets into the last hour, and it closed up 20 points at 61.61. It's not looking as bullish as what the UK FTSE is looking. It's in fact in a short-term counter-trend movement against its overall long-term downtrend. And also in Europe, the CAC 40, the French CAC 40, was virtually unchanged. It closed up only a mild 4 points, or 0.14%. We can see here that it hasn't really changed all too much there compared to the previous day's close. Heading over into the US, we saw the Dow closing up quite strongly, 162 points, or 1.3%. And the Dow futures here, we can see that candle on the right hand side is just the futures ahead of tonight's opening bell. We've got a recovery from the previous day's heavy sell-off, and it's attempting to break back above this 12,600 level. So that's a bit of a key level there. If we can get a strong push up through there, then we'll see some further upward momentum there. The S&P 500 index, which is a broader index of the US markets, it closed up 15 points, or 1.17%. Again, a very similar picture. It too is in a counter-trend movement though, with this overall downwards shift. And the Nasdaq index, which represents the technology companies in the US, it was up 33 points, or 1.19%. And this led the VIX index to close down $1.47, 6% down on the day, and this is now attempting to break through the 50-period moving average. We can see this chart hasn't quite updated yet. We'll be waiting for that to update a little bit later on, but it's closed down around at 22.09, which our horizontal level there is just at that point there. So it's below its 20-period moving average, attempting to break through its 50. If we see further upside momentum in the US markets, then this will lead the VIX to retrace even further. Little closer to home, and we had the ASX 200 up slightly. It was only up a mild 9 points, closing at 40.72. We can see that it's not a real reversal point following the previous session's downwards day. We've got the SPI futures up 17 points, and that will have the markets lifting slightly towards the resistance level that's forming. So we're not expecting a break of 41.25 on the ASX 200 at this point in time. We need to see some strong conviction from the buyers for that to occur. It appears we're in a trading range, so with some key meetings over the next few sessions. We've got Greek elections on June 17, we've got G20 meeting on June 18, 19, the US FOMC meeting on June 18, 19 as well, and OPEC tomorrow. These meetings are all going to have some major influence on global sentiment, so we're expecting our markets to remain within this wider range that we have at the moment. That's our update for Wednesday the 13th of June. We hope you have some good trading, and if you have any questions, please feel free to send us an email at support@dailywealthreport.com.au.